is your girl Jay, and welcome to Daily Dose, the show where we talk about the hottest topics in K-pop, where today we're getting sexy. So let's get right into the first topic. Apparently girl group Apink just might be getting sexy on us with their next comeback. The CEO of Apink's record label, A-Cube, recently revealed that he's considering a sexy concept for Apink. And everyone was like, not our precious babies! So Apink is about to enter their 5th year as a group, and they've really been able to maintain like a pretty good amount of public relevancy and fame with their cute and innocent image. In fact, I think part of their charm and what really distinguishes them from other girl groups is the fact that they chose an innocent and cute concept and they've stuck to it. A lot of girl groups try it or might start out as innocent, but they initially switch. But Apink has been consistently using this image since debut, so it really makes sense that they've been able to garner a fan base, because if their group switches up their style and image too much, fans who like the previous style and image might leave, even though you might get new ones. But like Apink has constantly and consistently had this really cute image, so it makes sense that they have a really loyal fan base at this point. And honestly, one of the reasons why I feel like they could survive that like mass debut of girl groups that happened when they debuted and throughout the years was that Apink kind of persisted through a time where cute girl groups weren't really as trendy as like a sexy or edgy concept. So once again, they were always really unique. However, in the past 2 years, there's been like this real weird, like I don't even know why, but like there's just been this rise in cute and innocent girl groups such as Lovelyz, G-Friend, Oh My Girl. And although Apink is much more well-known and established than these other groups, they're no longer the go-to when it comes to an innocent or cute image. You can get that like almost anywhere now. So honestly, I'm not surprised that their CEO is considering switching up their style now. Now, I've been thinking about this a lot, and I really can't put a finger on how I think this switch will go over. I mean, there's a lot of people who are skeptical and think switching their image now might lose their fans and result in them flopping. For example, during their earlier days, they kind of skewed from the cute image with their song Hush, and it just didn't see the response that their other cuter songs did. But on the other hand, that was a while ago, before they really had the huge supportive fan base that they have now. And this fan base, in my opinion, over the years may have been attracted by Apink's initial image. However, now that they've really gotten to know the girls and fall in love with them, just switching their image or switching up their style isn't necessarily going to make them go away. But on the other hand, and this is not just for girl groups or boy groups with cuter image, I noticed that people tend to really baby their idol faves. Like for example, I remember in an interview with the Wonder Girls when they were talking about how when they came back with a sexier image with I Feel You, Yeon mentioned that a lot of their fans actually got upset because they still kind of see them as babies, and so they would redraw the teasers, the I Feel You teasers, to clothe them more essentially. And with Apink themselves, I remember Choron got into a little bit of a scandal when she was wearing this outfit that kind of exposed her back, and some of her fans, felt that that was inappropriate, so she actually apologized for that. So if that much can happen out of just exposing a bit of your skin, if they switch their image, maybe that would make their fans upset as well. Now, regardless of all that, I feel like the main thing is that if they're gonna do this sexy image, don't just do the sexy image to do the sexy image. Make sure it's well thought out, well planned, clever, has just as much as thought and brainstorming behind it as they would any other image or concept, and still has good music along with it. I feel like a lot of the time, and part of the reason why sexy images get looked down upon so much is that a lot of people just use the sexy image as a shock value, and then they forget to put any type of thought or any type of significance behind it. Like for example, Stellar, they're one of the people who get slammed a lot for their overtly sexy images, and I feel like, yeah, you shouldn't slut shame them and you shouldn't judge them because they're doing this, but at the same time, it's like they're doing this shockingly sexy image, but then it's not like their music's good on top of that or anything. Like there's no redeeming qualities of it. I mean, I really don't know how to feel about this, honestly. Like I said, Apink's about to enter their 5th year, and although the cute image has done them well and done them a lot so far, I could see that they probably the members even want to switch it up by now. And it necessarily doesn't have to be like totally sexy, like Stellar level sexy, but something that's a bit more mature, it wouldn't hurt. Although if it is sexy, I know that now girls Namju Cho-rang and Bami would slay. Moving on, the Dr. Pepper Queen is coming back to snatch edges. So for a while now, YG has been teasing us with their infamous Who's Next teasers. It all started when they released their first teaser of Who's Next, saying that whoever's coming back is coming back on November 21st. They then stepped it up, revealing a second teaser that now stated not only was this person gonna come back on November 21st, 21st, but they were gonna come back at 21 o'clock. So of course, people thought, is this it? Is this 2NE1 coming back to us? As many of you know, a while back, 2NE1 member Bomb got into a bit of a scandal when it was revealed in 2010 she had made an attempt to smuggle prescription drugs that are illegal in Korea into Korea, and it was covered up by YG. Almost immediately, she had to drop all of our schedules, and since then, we haven't really seen her, and a lot of people were wondering that since Bomb doesn't look like she's gonna come back anytime soon, what does this mean for the fate of 2NE1? On top of that, it was revealed that CL would start advancing into America, and YG himself even said that CL's success in America would kind of be a key player on whether 2NE1 was gonna come back. So a lot of people were just stressed over this because they weren't really sure what was going on with 2NE1. But with the final installment of the Who's Next teaser, it was revealed that CL would be the one making the comeback with her single or track or album, Hello Bitches. Okay, subtle, I like it. So what I thought was really interesting about this reveal is that at first I was confused because I thought it was a Korean comeback, and I was like, what the heck happened to her American debut? But apparently this new single, she's going to be promoting in both countries. Now I'm kind of skeptical about that approach just because it kind of seems like they're kind of padding or laying a padding down for just in case this song doesn't do very well in America, because then she can just go back to Korea and promote it. And that was my whole criticism when this whole CL was gonna debut in America thing first came about. K-pop moves really, really fast, and people become like stars overnight a lot of the times. I mean, of course, there's your cases where you had to work your way up from it, but it seems like if you're not instantly successful, people just deem you as a flop, and sometimes companies will give up after like 1 or 2 comebacks. And in my opinion, especially in the rap game, that's just not how it works in America. You might be on the grind for like 5, 6 to like 10 years before you finally get a break. So I really think if CL is gonna try for America, she should really focus all of her attention, because who knows how long it's gonna take before she gets a hit. And I'm afraid that if it doesn't, you know, do crazy good numbers or become really successful off the bat, they're just gonna give up on CL in America. Now, right now, I wanna actually go back to when YG was teasing us with the Who's Next teasers. It turns out that there's actually a lot of OT4 2NE1 stans and fans who are kind of upset with the way that YG went about teasing CL's comeback. The thing is, like I said, Black Checks are like in a really peculiar state right now. Things don't really look that good for the group since we haven't really heard from Bomb in a while, and they've really been getting into their own to the point where we don't even know if 2NE1's like gonna come back ever again. And the thing is, the only reason I'm being critical is because I feel like they knew what they were doing when they did this. When they first started teasing it as 2NE1, they knew since 2NE1 is essentially like a disbanded girl group in some people's eyes, the idea that they're coming back would draw a lot of eyes to the Who's Next teasers. A lot of more people would talk about these Who's Next teasers and speculate about them and discuss them if they thought there was a possible chance of 2NE1 coming back versus if YG just went out plain and said it was a CL comeback. And while this is really smart strategically, I feel like it's pretty insensitive to the fans who, like I said, don't really know what the state of 2NE1 is right now. I mean, I know CL is a part of 2NE1, but it's kind of like he was using 2NE1's name to kind of bring attention to CL. Now, I would like to stress right now, I'm not criticizing CL, I'm not blaming CL for this, and I'm not wishing anything bad upon her. I'm just criticizing YG's tactics because although clever, I don't think it was the smartest idea to do with a fandom that's kind of restless right now because they don't know the fate of their faves. And don't let them drag you like Winter fans did before. They'll get you. Last but not least, the hit rap survival show Unpretty Rapstar recently wrapped up with the winner being announced as, spoiler alert, spoiler alert, spoiler alert, stop the video, skip the video if you don't want to hear it, Trudy won. The girl with the makeup that's too dark for her skin. So while you think that since the winner was announced and everything's over, that would be the focus, but no. Because before the semifinals and finals took place, a netizen did some research and found out that contestants Casper, Hayes, Ash B, and Trudy were all signed under Mnet as artists before the show began. And since Mnet is responsible for the whole entire show, a lot of people are starting to speculate that there was some bias when it came to those contestants. Now, for those of you who watch the program, you're probably kind of confused and speculating how that really ties in, because contestant Ashby actually got eliminated early on in the series, and Casper didn't get to make it to the semifinals. So if they're trying to be biased, they're doing a pretty bad job of it. However, there was a couple things that kind of stood out to me in terms of Trudy and Hayes throughout the series and leading up to the semifinals. First off, the weird rivalry that they tried to paint between Hayes and Kitty B. At first, I thought it was just a simple attempt to recreate the rivalry that was Timey and Jolly V from season 1, but I also feel like this was a kind of a ploy to promote Hayes. Now, the first weird thing about the rivalry is that in real life, Kitty B and Hayes are friends and they don't hate each other. I remember noticing it during a V-App session that Hayes held where her and Kitty B were all like buddy-buddy. I also always thought that rivalry was weird because honestly, if we're being real, Kitty B is way better than Hayes. It doesn't make sense for the two to be rivals or to compare them because there's an obvious victory. However, I feel like by making that rivalry between Kitty B and Hayes, it kind of made you feel that Hayes was up to Kitty B's level, because why else would they be compared as rivals? Essentially making her seem better than she was. Similar with Trudy, it didn't really make sense that she would be beating out people like Yezi because she just wasn't at their level. Now the final straw and the final thing that made me just question what Mnet's true intentions were the semifinals. During the semifinals, the contestants were actually allowed to bring on somebody else to kind of help them with their final song. Now for a lot of the pairings and the featurings, it made sense. For example, Jiyoon from 4 Minute brought her label mate Ilhoon from B2B, but two of the pairings just didn't make sense. Trudy somehow got Tiffany from SNSD to feature, and Hayes was able to get Chanyeol from XO. Now, what are their connections? Exactly. However, these are two immensely popular people, and since who would advance in the semifinals would be determined by voting, and Chanyeol and Tiffany are popular, that could really help Hayes and Trudy out regardless of how they performed. There was actually a rumor even going around that Mnet specifically invited Tiffany fan and fan sites to come and attend the performance. So overall, I definitely think there was some shadiness going on with Unpretty Rapstar, but I feel like whatever Mnet tried to do severely backfired, because I would say out of all the contestants on Unpretty Rapstar, the ones that really shined and ended up stealing the show was Yezi and Kitty B, and neither of those people are people that Mnet signed. I mean, it doesn't really make sense. Why would you sign people before the fact? Like, wait till you see who wins and gets popular and then sign people. Mnet, come on. Should I work there? I should be the CEO. Just hire me. But I feel like the saddest thing out of this was the fact that this season was such a mess. I don't even know if they're gonna do it on Unpretty Rapstar 3. So that's it for this episode, but I'd like to know, as always guys, what do you think? Do you think it's too soon for Apink to go sexy? Do you think YG knew what he was doing when he originally teased CL's comeback as a potential 21 comeback? And how do you think CL will fare in America? And last but not least, what do you think about Mnet possibly rigging Unpretty Rapstar? And who are you voting for this season? Let me know down below. And two more things before I go. One, I'm currently hosting voting for my very own Daily Dose Awards, where I award greatness that happened in K-pop this 2015. So if you want to vote for your faves, check the link below and make sure you vote soon because voting ends at the end of this month. Also, I'm currently hosting a giveaway via YouTube and Facebook, so click the link below and it will send you to my blog post about it, showing you 2 ways to potentially win a $30 gift card to K-pop Town. Last but not least, if you liked the video, make sure to like the video. If you love the video, make sure to share the video. That's it for now. See you next time on Daily Dose. Bye!